Okay, John asks, how has becoming a father changed your life? The perspective, the motivation, the fact that you have 2 children depending on you. Does it give you courage or make you question yourself more? Man, where do I start? I think that is probably the biggest motivating factor in my life is the fact that I do have 2 children depending on me. The thing that's pushing me to want to exceed far beyond what I ever thought was possible. I want to be everything to my kids. I don't want my kids to look at me as a failure. I want to be able to give my kids a life far beyond anything that I've ever had. It makes you realize that that's what we are here for. Scientifically, we all know that that's what every species is here for, is just to keep their species alive and to consume and reproduce, and that's basically it scientifically. But you don't really get a grasp of that until you have kids. When you have this thing that is depending on you, you realize what that is all about. When it comes to me getting clean and changing my life in that aspect, was it my kids that made that happen? No. Now don't freak out when I say that. I'm just being honest. I had to do it for myself. And that's with any addiction, that's with any life-changing thing. No one person or circumstance can ever make you do something that you don't want to do. It has to come from within. You have to want to make that change. No one is ever going to do it for you. Now, did they get me to a point to where I wanted to make that change for myself? I believe so, yeah. They definitely helped speed up the process is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Tony asks, outside of YouTube, what is your favorite social media platform? And I would say it's probably a close call between Snapchat and Instagram, but I would probably have to go with Instagram, only because they stole Snapchat's idea. Now, I know that's a shitty thing to do on Instagram's part, but they kind of do it better. And the reason I say that is because Instagram is linked up with Facebook, so it's a lot easier to add people you know, to find people, use hashtags. It's easier to get your word out with stories and all that, because it is linked up with Facebook, whereas Snapchat isn't. I've had Snapchat for a year now, and I still only have probably 30 people on there. Now, I respect the hell out of Snapchat for not giving in when Facebook tried to buy them. Now I'm not too sure if they made the right decision or not. So yeah, final answer, Instagram. Okay, Brianna asks, how is being a raw vegan going? Do you miss eating meat and processed foods? For anyone who doesn't know, I've been a vegan for about 2.5 years now. Now, in that time, I've jumped from being a regular vegan who just doesn't eat animal products to being a raw vegan who just straight up eats fruits and vegetables and nothing else. I've went through spurts of being a raw vegan. I've done it for a week, I've done it for a month, I've done it for 2 months straight, which that was the longest I've done it. And now I'd say I'm 90% raw. Every once in a while, I'll still get a craving for something hot, especially it's been cold the last couple days. But for instance, when I was 100% raw, I felt incredible. You really get a good understanding for how we're supposed to feel as a human being, in my opinion, because those are the foods that our bodies are designed to eat. We're not designed to eat meat and all that. But I'm not here to get into a vegan, non-vegan debate. Being a raw vegan is definitely the healthiest version of myself I've ever been. And with the whole running thing, with the whole 10K a day thing I'm doing, I'm able to run longer distances, faster paces. I have tons of energy when I'm like that. I get 4 or 5 hours of sleep and I'm good to go. So how do I feel when I'm on the whole raw vegan kick? Excellent. Okay, Jeannie asks, are you ever going to grow your hair out again? And the answer to that is yes. I definitely want to grow my hair out again. I've attempted it a few times, but this last time was definitely the longest it's ever been, and it looked terrible. I just want to be able to say for once in my life I had long hair, like real long hair, and if it doesn't look good after that point, then I'll cut it, but I at least want to try it. So yes, I will grow my hair back out one day. Alright, Jeremy asks, how and when will the world come to an end? Well, Jeremy, I don't know the answer to that question. Now, I'm sure you asked me this question in a joking manner, but it's actually something I used to obsess about. The whole 2012 thing, this is something that I used to worry about constantly. I would freak myself out about it. I would watch videos and just get myself in this state to where just I was 100% sure the world was going to end in 2012. And after that didn't happen, I stopped really worrying about stuff like that. And even more so now, the past couple years, that's the furthest thing from my mind. It's just negativity, man. There's no sense in harping on shit like that. But I hope that answers your question. Okay, Tim asks, can you ever turn this YouTube stuff into something profitable or make money or a career out of it? Well, Tim, that's the plan. Yes, you can make money off of YouTube, and if you do it right, you can make a lot of money off of YouTube. There's thousands upon thousands of creators out there who are doing this as their one and only source of income, and let me tell you, they're doing a lot better than you and I. Now there's a few ways you can achieve this. The most common way is by ads. You know those little ads you see at the beginning of a YouTube video? They're like 5, 10, or 30 seconds long. That is how you make money on YouTube. Any video that has ads on it like that is called a monetized video. And it's up to the creator if they want to monetize that video or not. Now, the amount of money that you make from ads is very, very, very small. You have to get a lot of views to make any real amount of money. Now, there's all kinds of hearsay about how much that is exactly, but on average, it's usually like a penny per view or $1 per 1,000 views. And judging by my own analytics in my videos, that's pretty correct. So you gotta think there's people out there who are getting millions of views a day. So do the math, those people are making about $1,000 a day. Give or take a few $100. Now the other way you make money on YouTube is through sponsorship. That's basically a company coming to you and saying, hey, mention us in your video and we'll throw you some money, or we'll give you our product for free, stuff like that. That happens all the time, especially with people who do like tutorials. Like all the girls you see doing makeup tutorials, a lot of times they're getting that makeup for free. They're also getting paid by those people to mention their product in the video. Now a lot of people look at this as selling out or whatever. A lot of YouTubers get flack for doing stuff like that. Now personally, would I ever do something like that? You bet your ass I would. Anything that lets me do this for a living, yes. Now, it would have to be a product or a brand that I personally believe in. Like, I'm not going to come on here and promote tampons, right? I mean, obviously. Now, if it's something like, say, like guitar picks or guitar strings or something like that, hell yeah. If a company was to give me a set of guitar strings and say, hey, put them on your guitar and play and just say you used our guitar strings, I would do that. But I would give my honest opinion of what I think of those guitar strings also. But yes, anything that lets me do this for a living, I am down to do. So final answer, yes, you can make money from YouTube. You can make very good money from YouTube as long as you are smart about it, as long as you know what you're doing, and as long as you are getting the amount of views it takes to make any kind of real money from this. So my plan is to stick with it and eventually get to that point. Alright, I hope that answers that question. Okay, and for the one question I got that wasn't from friends and family was from Melvin on Twitter, and he asked, which platform should I use for vlogging, YouTube or Snapchat? And I guess that just really depends on your content, like what you're portraying yourself to be. Like if it's more about the filmmaking aspect, if you're wanting to make like a piece of art out of it, then I would definitely choose YouTube. Now, if you're not worried about creating like at all, and you're just worried about documenting, like you're just wanting to document and get stuff out there and pump out content, then I would go with Snapchat or Instagram or something like that. Or you can do what I do and do both. Now, when I get a thought that I just randomly want to share with someone, I'll hop on Instagram stories or Snapchat stories and I'll talk. And it's quick, fast, there's not really any creation to it, but I also love this. I love making a vlog. I love doing this, talking to people, being able to edit it, being able to give something a beginning, middle, and end to tell a story and that whole thing. So my final answer, if you can, do both, but if you're not worried about the creation side of it like at all, then just stick to Snapchat or Instagram. Okay, this one comes from Candace. It says, after everything you've been through, if you could go back and tell your younger self something, what would it be? Okay, I believe everything that I've went through from the time I was younger until now was necessary. No matter how bad it got, no matter how many times it seemed like I would live on this miserable existence for the rest of my life, I still think back to those times and I'm forever grateful. But I guess if I had to pick something to tell my younger self, it would probably be something along the lines of, don't worry, things are eventually gonna be really good for you. Yeah, I don't know, that's the best answer I got. Okay, this question comes from Tiffany and it says, will your son be in your videos now? Now I know this is a big question and I know a lot of people wonder about this. I did have a video up that explained that whole thing, but I deleted it. So I'll just answer that right now in the best way that I can. Basically, Amy is not comfortable with our son being put out there for the entire world to see. And I support her decision 100%. Now, I do have my own beliefs. Yes, something bad could possibly come from me putting my son in videos and someone seeing him and them being a crazy person and just whatever, but I am confident in my ability as a parent and as a father to protect my son from anything that would ever happen. But me and Amy are also in a relationship. We're a team and we have to keep it that way. So as long as she feels uncomfortable with our son being put out there for the world to see, then he's not going to be in our videos because I'm going to stand by her 100%. So I hope that answers that. Alright, Angelica asks, What really helped you get out of your dark place? And what advice or eye-openers would you give to others that have addictions that are not wanting the help but need it? Okay, first off, go watch this video because I explain it pretty good in that video, I think anyways. But I'll give a brief summary of that real quick. As many of you, if not all of you know, I was a drug addict, I was pretty bad off, you name it, I did it. It was just a bad time. But I made it out of it and I'm here to tell the tale, I guess you could say. So some quick advice to someone who's in that same situation, who needs the help but doesn't want it. See, that's the thing. You can't give advice to someone who doesn't want it. I mean, you definitely can, but it's not gonna do that much good. No one is gonna change unless they absolutely positively want to change for themselves. And that's just how it is. And you either reach that point to where you do change and you get this new understanding of life and how it should be lived and all of that, or you die. And that's just the sad truth. That's just how it goes. There's really no medium. But if I had to share what helped me the most, for one, it was beating myself down to that spot to where I did finally want to make a decision to change my life. But my biggest piece of advice is to fucking work your ass off. Is to stay busy, is to do something productive, find something you're passionate about, and do anything it fucking takes to reach that. That's what I've been doing for 2.5 years now, and that's what I'll do the rest of my life. But if I had to narrow it down to 2 specific things, it would be an insane amount of dedication and work towards a different, better life. And 2 would definitely be the ability to give 0 fucks what people think about me. In my personal opinion, I believe that is the #1 thing that holds people back from doing anything they want to do, is worry about the opinion of what others think of you. If you can get rid of that, I'm telling you, you can do anything you want. And this newfound ability to not care what anyone thinks about me is like the ultimate freedom. So I hope that answers that. If not, like I said, go watch this video and go watch this video. And then take from that what you can, and then hopefully you get a good answer. But alright, I think that wraps up our Q&A Wednesday. Even though by the time you watch this, it's Thursday, but what can you do? You gotta work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think it went good. I like doing this sort of thing because it lays more of a foundation for the vlog and for what I'm trying to do. You get to know me a little more. It just adds context. It adds layers. It makes it more interesting, in my opinion. If I missed your comment, I'm sorry. Let me know and I will get to it. But I'm pretty sure I got all of them. There was a ton that were just people messing around. I answered a couple of those. Obviously, I couldn't answer all of those. But like I said, if I missed your question, let me know and I'll answer it next Wednesday. But all right, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time.
That's it.